Hey everyone, it's Dan here. Today I thought I would supplement the blogging activities with doing a recording of taking down a box on TryHackMe. I've just deployed Kali 2020.1, so I thought I would give this a go, essentially live, and see where we go. So I've got literally nothing configured on this box, so we're just going to log in and we're going to see where we can get to. This is it's going to be interesting. So to start with, it's in a VM, so we're going to need to get a elevated prompt. You clearly could type sudo for each command, but I can't remember every command I'm going to run. So we need to install the open-vm-tools and open-vm tools-desktop. So this is going to give us the NIC drivers, it's going to give us the clipboard and shared folders integration, so I can copy from my host to the guest. I'm just going to reboot there. I don't remember if you actually need to do this, but VM tools integration was sometimes a bit flaky, so I want to make sure this works. Not being able to copy from your host to your guest and vice versa is a bit of a pain. Can I remember the encryption key? Yep, that's good. The new graphics on Kali 2019.4 stroke 2020.1 it really looks better as an OS. Still deciding whether or not I like some of the features. The network manager seems to be a bit odd. So cool, we're back in. Let's see if we can get some copy and paste going. I'm just gonna make a pen test folder. That's pretty normal for everyone to do that. This is the first time I'm running Kali without having root access permanently, so we're going to see how that feels. I have a feeling that that will be quite an awkward switch for me. So the file system, we've got pen test folder. Now we're going to want to copy our OpenVPN config. So that's weird. Can we copy our files down? It feels like the answer to that is no. Just try it and see if that's permissions. Yeah, that doesn't seem very good from that point of view. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to log into TryHackMe in the guest itself. I wonder if my clipboard's going to work. Okay, I can copy and paste my clipboard text, so that's cool. So I can get my login details copied across. Cool, okay, wicked. So we're logged in. We're going to need to get our access profile down so we can get this. So we can download our config. Just going to save that. we're going to connect. Just realised my public IP has just dropped on screen, so I'll be blowing that out. We're in the editing process. So now we're going to check our config. Awesome, we've got a VPN IP. We're now going to want to launch a box. We're going to go to the OSCP learning path. We're going to go to the getting started. Nope. Proving it section. Maybe. Getting started, maybe. Sorry, getting started, and then blue. Sure, we'll allow notifications because why not? We're going to deploy the box. This takes a minute. You can see it, like I haven't even installed a terminal manager yet, so we are literally just using the standard terminal. So we're in the pentest folder. I'm just going to go to my home directory. It's my pentest folder, and we're going to make the directory blue. Can't type. Cool. I'm going to install Terminator. Trying to pwn with single terminal windows is really annoying, especially the res isn't particularly great on this. So, right, cool. We've got Terminator installed. It's the joy of doing things live. Then create launcher. Now we've got a Terminator window. Now we're going to see if we can ping the blue box. So that's not responding, but we're going to do an nmap p-n p445 both. I'm not going to do anything else other than just see if it's open. Okay, it still says filtered. Surprised that isn't coming back. Okay, cool, that's just me being impatient. So we're going to just start with a ping. As you can see, we get an ICMP response. Awesome. We're now going to do a quick nmap on port 445. Cool, that's not open. Right. Clearly we have a hint from the box. It's called blue, so it's probably vulnerable to eternal blue, but we will proceed as if we don't know. So we're going to start with an nmap. We're going to do a SYN scan. We're going to do operating system detection, aggressive mode, or advanced mode, I can't remember which. We're going to do all ports. We're going to do verbose. We're going to do version scanning, and we're going to do common scripts. And we're going to give a target. sudo so we can see here ports 3389, which is by default that's RDP, 445, which is SMB, 135 and 139, which is NetBIOS and RPC, and then 49152 will be probably endpoint mapper ports. Because this is a Windows box, we may see WinRM ports open as well. While it's running, we're going to launch Metasploit. So we're going to search MS17010. Now, let me just have a quick look. We've got auxiliary scanner, MS17010. So we're going to use a scanner to just check this. We could use mmap as well, but we're going to set the R hosts. So what have we got? Check architecture, check the double pulsar, check the name pipes is off, name pipe list, our hosts, the remote port, and some SMB authentication information and number of threads. So the real key one to set here is the R hosts for this, and we're just going to run that. Awesome, that didn't seem to give much output. Just going to run that again. That isn't really what I'd expect. I'd expect it to say the host is vulnerable on this. So again, MS17010. I'll remember the exploits one day. Not. So again, we set the R hosts. Yep, cool. 10.10.226.141. Just so people know, on TryHackMe, the IP addresses on the VMs on the targets are dynamic, so they spin up in a range, so they won't be the same. Or it's very, very unlikely they will be. So again, I'm just going to run this exploit. This exploit isn't hugely unproblematic. It is known to blue screen boxes every now and again, or you may need to run the exploit a few times or reset the machine. But what we can see is that the SMB exploit was successful. It's injected shellcode, which has given us a shell on the system. We can change the type of shell that comes back. We can use the multi-handler and set the payload to be a interpreter shell if we wanted. I just left it as default for this. This is going to give us access to the system. We can access the files. We can look at host name. We're on John's PC. We can see who are we, so we're a system. We can now get to the root of the C drive. We can do a DIR, and we can see there's a flag, flag1.text. And there we go, there's the first flag on the machine. We can also do a DA cursive star flag. Now we're going to look for any files on the system that have got flag in their name. This is a multi-flag box, so this is definitely not the fastest machine. I think the instances they use aren't particularly massive. Just while it's running, we can go back to the nmap scan. You can see after it did its full port scan, and that was all 6 5535 ports. From a TCP point of view, it did a little bit of fingerprinting. We can see the RPC port, we can see NetBIOS, we can see SMB and some information about the target. I'm actually going to abort that, and so we're going to set the payload window interpreter, reverse TCP, we're going to show the options. And you can see that's changed from being a generic payload to the interpreter reverse TCP. And we're going to run that again. We may need to reset the box, just as a warning, but let's see. So that failed this time round. The exploit, which is written in Ruby for Metasploit, will try again. This is one of the things that's quite important, is that you need to know what the behavioural systems is like. You need to know the behaviour of exploits. You need to experience this in practice environments, in labs and CTFs before doing this from a real life point of view. When you're in a client environment, you do not want to be taking down production servers. You want to make sure, as part of your rule of engagement and part of your scope checking, what the risk tolerance is for the client and what your risk threshold should be. So I'm just going to launch that one more time. Okay, right, that's not work this time. We're going to terminate the box. This is essentially going to reboot. So you can see now we've got a new IP. We're going to change our hosts. We're going to go back to our split console and we're just going to ping that IP and wait till that box comes up. Wow, that is a long boot up time, but we can see that the system's starting to respond to ICMP. I'm now going to ping an nmap run again, but we're going to run this. This should be doing the top 1000 ports. I just realised I haven't copied the IP. So get the right IP address, make sure that's the same. Take the ports out. Right, cool. Okay, we've got ports open this time. Excellent. So show options in Metasploit. See the IP set, the port's correct. We've got the Windows interpreter, 64-bit reverse TCP payload, and we're going to run this. Now this time we've got an interpreter session 2 open. We're now in an interpreter shell that you can see in the bottom left. We're going to do a get system. We're going to do a sysinfo. You can see that we're on John PC with an x64 architecture, so 64-bit. We're going to drop into a shell. We're going to jump back. We can see the flag there. We're going to jump into the user profiles, and we're we're going to do a dir. And we're going to look for any files in the users profiles area which has flag in it. Doesn't look particularly great. I'm going to cancel the nmap scripts. I'm just going to ping the host, and that host looks like it's not up anymore, so I'm going to terminate that again, deploy it. We're going to go back. I'm going to ping the box to put the screen down, have a ping running, set our host again, and we're going to wait some more. Cool, ping response has come back. Gonna nmap the top 1000 ports again, that's online. And then we're gonna cancel the nmap, we're gonna run the exploit. I hope this works. Session 3 opened. Awesome, right, okay. We're going to run a shell. We're going to go to the users folder. We're going to look for flags. Cool, okay, right. If I get my switches right, we're going to search for flags in subdirectories, and you can see that in the users John app data roaming Microsoft Windows recent folder, you've got 3 link files. That's historic links to files that this user has opened, and then you can see one of those is in C users John documents. So flag 1 is in the root of the C, flag 3 is in users John documents, and flag 2 is in the Windows System 32 config folder, I believe. But again, I think this shell's gonna die. Yeah. luckily this box is as you can see, it's pretty quick to get a shell, but if you're on a long complicated path where getting a shell required quite a few web steps beforehand, this would be really annoying. Last 2 days that I've been using this, I've not had this issue, so I'm not sure exactly why this is a problem today. I don't think it's related to Kali, but you never know. This is a brand new build. This session will probably terminate. Anyway, right, so all in all, fundamentally that concludes the flag retrieval. That's using Metasploit. That isn't super helpful for something like the OSCP exam, because you'll need to do the exploit manually. When I say manually, you'll need to get a Python exploit harness, inject your own shellcode and set the parameters for the target IP and port. You'll also need to set up a listener, so it's still relatively easy. You haven't got to develop the whole exploit yourself. Anyway, I hope that was useful. Sorry it's longer than expected. You can see the reality of pwning things is that sometimes they break, sometimes things don't work, and sometimes, almost always, you make typos. Cool, hope that was useful. Thanks for watching. Bye.